right, you read the title correctly. Today we're reviewing Transformers Had a Crossover When Mars Attacks! The heck? I'm just as confused as you! Now, before we dive into the comic proper, I would like to establish a few things. One, this comic was made by IDW, and the Mars Attacks aliens had a few other crossover with properties that are on. That's all I know. I didn't look up what other properties they own at the moment. Then again, I don't even know if they still own the rights to the Transformers comics, you see? But, yeah, we should probably dive into what Transformers and Mars Attacks is, or at least what my relationship with Transformers is. As you may recall, in my Creepy Doll video, I was using an Optimus Prime action figure in one scene, although it wasn't captured very well, but if you may recall, I used an Optimus Prime action figure, which therefore implies I have a relationship with Transformers, and yes, I still love this franchise, and if you're wondering, I will tackle the Michael Bay crap pieces at some point, but not at the moment. And if you're wondering what this has to do with Halloween, it has aliens and the word attack, so it counts. Yeah, my definition of Halloween is very flimsy. Now let's move on to Mars Attacks. And Mars Attacks is a film that I plan to review because the movie is just so bat-crap insane that I plan to review. But here, let me just give you the basic summary of Mars Attacks. Martians attack, and their weakness is old people music. Yes, you'll understand when I review the film, but I just found this crossover so crazy that I had to do this comic first. Seriously, why Mars Attacks and Transformers? Well, I guess they're both aliens, but seriously, I didn't believe this comic existed. As you can tell, I'm very happy to cover this, but man, I'm so confused. Whose idea was it to be like, yes, let's have aliens that are weakness by old people music fight aliens that turn into cars. That's just awesome. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, that little guy over there, he's one of the Martians from Mars Attacks too. He defected from the Martians, so he's living with me until he finds a home. Look, if you're gonna keep annoying me, just go make some food or something. Anyway, while he prepares the finest Martian cuisine, let's take a look at Transformers vs. Mars Attacks. So from this comic design, it looks like it's going for the original series look. Anyway, I know it's supposed to be Energon, but on the side of Megatron's face, instead of looking like Energon, it looks like peanut butter and jelly, and all I'm thinking is, darn you, Optimus Prime, you made me spill my peanut butter and jelly! You will pay for this! But face it, Megatron, you will lose. Mom, Optimus Prime made me lose on purpose. I hate it. I will admit, it was cool with the Optimus Prime speech and the way he's standing him over him. I love this G1 art. Son, what on God's green earth are you wearing? What? I'm an oil worker. Kid, do you see any oil workers around here, son? For some reason, he hates yellow boots. I wonder what he would think of other yellow things. This Lego is yellow! I can't take it! I love this panel with Optimus Prime staring at the Here's my prediction of how they're gonna defeat the Martians, since the Martians just start attacking from that panel you just saw. They're gonna use Jazz and his speaker ability to play old man music, or old people music. Dang it, not old man music. To blow up the aliens, and yes, I'm leaving Matt scrapped failure of a line in.
Well, our ability to adapt allows us to understand any new language like we did with yours. What are they saying?
Surrender now, or we shall do unspeakable things to your faces.
Oh no, they're gonna draw on our faces while we sleep! That truly is unspeakable! I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but Megatron and the Decepticons were put in a stasis prison, but just in the last panel, they broke out, and Megatron decides to team up with the evil Martians, or at least so he thinks, but it turns out the Martian betrays Megatron and locks Megatron and Optimus Prime up in the energy prison because the Martians do not have the military to take them both on. So Megatron and Optimus Prime are locked together, and this leads to a pretty funny scene.
You realize, don't. If we are to escape this, just don't. We need to work together as a team. Fine. I'll put aside trying to tear you to pieces. If you can put aside being pathetic and weak for just 2 seconds. We join forces and get ourselves out of here. and reduce their army to ash. Deal. Wonderful. Well,
Optimus and Megatron escaped the energy field by using a frequency that was so strong that it broke the energy field, and they defeat the Martians. Which I will admit, my prediction was wrong. They didn't play old man music to beat up or blow up the Martians' heads like I was hoping for, but I was kind of right on how they used sound to break the force field, so I guess they did use sound in a creative way. Anyway, on to the conclusion. I absolutely love this comic. The humor is great, the art style is great. They made me love a crossover between Transformers and Mars Attacks. I thought this was going to be one of those things where it's so bad it's good, but no, this is genuinely written very well. This comic was an entertaining, fun ride. I had so little to make fun of, I had to end this review short. I highly suggest you check this out. Believe me, it's really worth it. In fact, I would like to thank the people that I borrowed this video from for the voice cast. I use the audio comic, so I would like to thank them for letting me use their comic. Or letting me use their audio takes, But yeah, this is an absolutely great comic. I don't know how they did it, but they made Transformers meets Mars Attacks make sense. They made it make sense. Do you hear me? They made the crossover make sense.